Welcome to the credit game. My name is Mike. I want to share with you today. I think this topic is going to be something that's going to really help out a lot of people. And if it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button on either side over here. It's very important you subscribe, and here's why. Because our channel is the realest credit channel that's out there. I'm going to share with you the tips, the strategies, the behind the scenes, the most up-to-date things when it comes to credit that's out there, and really give you all the knowledge and things that you need to do to raise your credit score. And what I talk about is business credit, I talk about personal credit, I talk about finances, but primarily my job is to raise the national credit average. That's my why. And what I'm going to do in 2021 is accomplish something that's not been done yet. And that is really helping the nation out with credit, not just fixing somebody's credit. Because I believe if I can teach a man to fish instead of feeding a man, that I can get a lot more done. And so we have to think big here at the credit game. We got to think big. We got to start thinking about how we're going to change what's going on in America and why people are struggling with their credit. And so one thing I want to talk about today is business credit and how you can start to get business credit. I'm going to give you some tips and things you guys can do, how you can start getting business credit with a bad personal credit. So let's say you have a bad personal credit score. Can you still get business credit? The answer is yes. And a lot of people think about it like this. A lot of people think that it's so hard to start a business and start building business credit because their credit score is so low. And I'm going to give you the pros and cons in a minute. But I think that if you really think about it like this, and the way I did it, it's a little bit different. And I'm going to share with you how I did it. But today, I'm going to give you some strategies and things you can start right away today. And why most people think this is a long drawn out process, but actually can be done within hours. So let's start with this. Let me first help you understand the difference between a personal credit and business credit. Well, first of all, your personal credit is your SSN. That's your social security number. And your business credit is your EIN. Okay, so EIN goes to the business, right? A separate entity. Now, the cool thing about the personal credit versus the business credit is that everything reports to TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? Business credit reports to Small Business Equifax, Small Business Experian, the SBFE, which is Small Business Financial Exchange, okay? And then you have the Dun & Brad, which is the largest credit bureau for business. All right, now, here's the deal. Business credit, everybody should have. But what most people don't know how to do is start. First thing you have to do is create a name. I'm going to give you steps right here. I want you to create a name. I don't care what the name is. Johnny Appleseed LLC. Okay? Johnny Appleseed LLC, you're going to go and register your business online through your state. The cost is about $135 to usually $150 on average, somewhere in there. You register your business, okay? So after you create your name, you go to register your business. Okay, and that's called your articles of organization, which is going to be electronically sent to you by your email, and it takes a few days to get to you. But during that period of time, what I want you to do is then go to irs.gov and get your free EIN number. Okay? Also, during that process, while you're waiting on your articles of organization, I also want you to get an email set up for your business, and I want you to start a website. Okay? Now, maybe you don't know too much about website, but what you can do is get on Fiverr. That's Fiver, Fiverr.com. And they can literally build you a quick, it doesn't have to be anything elaborate right now. Very, very simple website. When you get these things done, okay, then what you can do, you can actually go to the bank and open up a bank account prior to doing the website. But when we're talking about credit, you probably want to have something, even if it's real quick. Fiverr can put something together for a couple bucks for you guys. A quick website, landing page even. Open up a business checking account. Okay, so the steps that I want you to do this in is I want you to create a name in your head, register your business with the state. Okay, this is all, we're still in about a 15 to 20 minute process so far. Okay, then what's going to happen is they're going to send you articles of organization. That's going to be electronically. You're going to get a free EIN number. We're still at under an hour. Then I want you to create an email for your business. Okay, it can be a Gmail, doesn't have to be a .com yet. And lastly, get a landing page or a website started. Something simple. If you need help and you don't know how to technically build a website, go to Fiverr.com. It's very simple. It's very cheap. They start at $5 to get stuff done. A lot of the people are doing it from across seas for you. Okay, and that's it. And then you open up a business account. Then you just go into your major bank, or whether it's a local credit union or a major bank, and say, hey, I want to open up a business checking account. That process takes about 45 minutes while you're in the bank. This whole thing that people make it seem to be like it's this long drawn out process ultimately could be done in 2 business days or less. I mean, in most cases, it can be done in hours. The only thing you're waiting on really is your articles of organization. That depends on your state, how quick they can get that email back to you. Other than that, I mean, the process is hours. All right. Now, talking about business credit, okay? When you know that you can only get one social security number, like I can only get one social security number. The thing about business, and this is where people are making millions of dollars, is technically a social security number is you. You're an entity. When you open up a business or businesses, you can have multiple EIN numbers, not just one. Right? So today I have 6 EIN numbers. 1 social security number, 6 EIN numbers. And technically, if I wanted to kill one of those EINs, you can kill it. Close the business down, close the EIN number. And then I got 5 more, and I can open up more, right? So you have an unlimited amount of not only EIN numbers that you can have, different businesses, but an unlimited amount of funding that you can get on each business. And this is why I want to bring this to you today, because the reality is you can only fund a certain amount. You see, they don't trust you so much on the personal side. The personal side, they're kind of like utilization. You got too many inquiries. All this. You've paid 30 days late. That don't happen on the business side of things. You see, on the business side of things, they actually want you to use the money, right? They don't care about utilization. Inquiries are not a thing. And as far as your money being used, it's like they want to give you money. On the personal side, they're stingy. The business side, because they trust in the business. Even as a startup, guys, they're trusting in the business more than if you didn't have anything on your credit report. Now, all this does not require a social security number. It will require you to put it. But in terms of everything I've said so far, everything can be set up with a terrible credit score. I don't care if you're at a 500. It makes no difference. Okay, but now we're going to start getting into how to build business credit, because when you start building business credit, you can bypass some of the things that I'm talking about if your social security number has a good score. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is this: vendor credit. Okay, this is an important way of building business credit. So they are called net 30s. Okay, net 30s or net 60s basically are companies that will extend you credit, and they will let you pay back in 30 days or 60 days. Now, as a startup company, typically they're going to give you 30 days. Okay, so what you don't want to happen is the net 30 not reporting to the Dun & Brad. Okay, so today I'm going to give you a few companies that definitely report to your business credit, because the last thing you want to do, everything you do when it comes to business, you want it to make sure it reports. If not, it's useless. It's not building your business credit, right? So I want to talk about this. Today I want to talk about 3 companies. One being Uline. Another one being Granger. So Uline, Granger, and Quill. And if you throw another one in there, you can go Office Max. Those are 4 companies that report to Dun & Brad, report to the bureaus, and will build your business credit and do not require a social security number at all. They are willing to extend credit to your business even as a startup. Okay. The other thing you can do to start building business credit is apply for a PayPal business and a Square business account. Okay. These are 2 that'll start giving you a little bit of money right off the rip on the financial side. Now, they're not going to extend thousands of dollars, but maybe $300, $400 that they're willing to extend on a brand new startup business. So definitely get those and make sure that you're selecting the business one because it will ask you personal or business. Make sure you're selecting the business one for your PayPal and your Square business accounts. Okay. So now, these are things you can do to start building business credit. I bypassed all that. So I want to kind of give you the flip side of this. When you have a good personal credit score, also known as a personal guarantor, when you're applying for stuff through a business, they are going to require personal guarantor. Chase Inc., Capital One Spark Card, you got American Express Gold Business, all these different business credit cards. Now we're talking about, I got the Navy Federal. I mean, I've got so many different business credit cards. But if you are looking and you're a startup business and you're looking like my personal credit is not that good, you're not going to be able to get business credit cards like the Spark, the Inc., the Gold Card, the Navy Federal Rewards business. Like these cards, that's why I just said you have to start building business credit, because if you got a bad personal credit score, you're unlikely to get business credit cards that are going to be decent limits. Like, for example, I'm going to give you my example. When I built my last business, okay, my credit score was a 733. Okay. I didn't have to do the net 30s. I didn't have to do the Square, the PayPal. I didn't have to do Quill, Uline, and all that. Because my personal credit score was a 733, Navy Federal said, hey, I'm willing to give you a $20,000 business credit card and a $15,000 line of credit, because they are pulling from my social and then they're adding it to my business. So the credit card doesn't report to my social at all. And that's the cool thing also about business credit cards is they don't report to your personal side. So when you use your business credit cards, you're not going to have high utilization. There's no such thing as utilization. So you can literally max out if you wanted to, invest in your business and use that business credit card for all business expenses. Heck, if you wanted to go to dinner, if you wanted to go on vacation, they don't determine where you can use the card. If you want to use a business credit card for personal expenses, you can absolutely do that. And it won't affect your personal credit score. That's the thing you guys got to know, is the separation between the personal and the business is that the business side of things does not affect your personal side. Okay, now, if you trash your business, guess what's going to happen? You start not making payments at all in the business, guess what they're going to do? They're going to attach a negative on your personal. But as long as you're using the business in a respectful way and you're making your payments, now in business, here's the cool thing. It doesn't become late until 186 days. So there's no such thing as a 31-day late payment. However, you want to have a high paydex score. The way it works in business is paydex. The way it works on the personal side is called FICO. So you want a high paydex score. And what you want is anywhere between 80 and 100. Okay? And you can check your reports on nav.com at any time. But you want between an 80 and a 100 credit score. That's the business side of things. Okay? That's called your paydex score. Okay? The higher the paydex score, the more likely and higher credit limits you're going to get. I want you guys to be able to get the big boy credit cards. Okay, so maybe you have a business right now that's been incorporated for a long time. Maybe you have a business that's been open for a year. Maybe you're a startup. If you're a startup and you have great personal credit, you can start like I did, right? It was a startup company who had only been literally a couple days in incorporated. I went into Navy Federal, said I want to get a credit card and a line of credit. They gave me $15,000 on a line of credit. They gave me a $20,000 rewards card on my business. Neither one of those report to my personal side. And so the reason why was because they used a personal guarantor for my social. That's what I want you guys to be able to do. So the first step is to not put the cart before the horse. Okay, sure, you can get a couple startup baby, $300 cards. People will give you a shot if you don't have good personal credit. But do you want the $300 cards or do you want the $20,000 to $30,000 credit limit cards? Because with business, there's no such thing as inquiries. So as long as you're making your payments on time with your business, you can get a lot of business credit cards. And guess what? Maybe you open up another company And I just showed you how quick it is to open up another entity. Now, guess what? You can get some more credit cards. And then you can open up another company and you can get more credit cards. And so today, guys, I have 43 credit cards, right? And I could get more. I just don't have any use for it because I've already got hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s of open line. I don't need any more credit. But I've got a $500,000 line of credit that I can use, business or personal, but I got it through the business. I've got unlimited credit cards on Amex. I don't need any more credit. Right? There's a certain point you get to where you're just like, okay, cool, I got enough credit, I don't need it. And the interest rates right now, if you guys are not taking advantage of the interest rates, especially with Navy Federal and some of these, like with the lines of credit, they're giving the lines of credit out for like 3%. You can get home loans right now for under 3%. Cars, there's so much, right now the interest rates are so low, which is why the prices of houses go up. Right? You see, when the price of houses go up, the interest is low. When the interest goes high, prices of houses go down. It's catch-22. So right now is the time if you're going to buy a house to buy a house. Right now is the time to get a line of credit. Right now is the time to get credit cards. But you got to have a good credit if you want to get the credit cards. I just shared with you a way to get it with bad credit. But let's bypass that now and get the higher limit credit cards. And the way to do that is to have a better personal credit score. So you can bypass all the Uline, the Quill, the Granger, the PayPal, all that stuff can be bypassed just by getting your credit score over 700. So I'm asking you today, if your credit score is under 700, this is going to tremendously help you. If you got a credit score right now that's under 700, let's work on that first. Let's get that horse start running when the cart's behind us. And then what we can do is we can then focus on some of the bigger credit cards. If your credit score is under 700 today, I can help you. Okay. If you're over 700, I can help you as well. Because a lot of people now, I talked to a gentleman on Saturday. He said, dude, I'm at a 723. He goes, but that's weak. He's like, I want to be in the 800 club. You see, many years ago, it used to be where people were like, I want to be in the 700 club. Today, if you're not in the 800, so you're like, people are like, why? How do I get in the 800 club, Mike? Because the 800 club's where they recognize you as A1 credit. Right? It used to be like, I remember it was like 700. Oh man, he's got a 700 credit score. And like today, it's like you're average if you got 700. Right? So what I want to try to do is help you get over that 781. Because remember, the quicker you can get over 781, I did a video on this and a lot of people were saying, okay, cool, where's my 100,000? But you don't know how to leverage credit. If you're at a 781 credit score or higher, you're worth more than $100,000 in cash or credit. Why? Because you could easily do what I share with you today, start a business and start getting business credit cards and personal credit cards, not just personal cards. You got line of credit, working capital, line of credit, business credit cards, personal credit cards. That's what you can do once you start getting your credit score high. So what is stopping you today from fixing your personal credit? Because we got an amazing program. This credit game is changing people's lives. I, in fact, got a guy last week. He said, look, man, I'm in a trucking business. He goes, I want to get my trucks that I'm driving right now, that he's currently driving. He's like, I want to start my business and I want to get where people are going to drive my trucks instead of me working for a company. I'm ready to start having people drive my trucks. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. And so this video, buddy, I know we talked the other day, is going to help you out tremendously because you're going to start wondering why your personal credit score makes a big difference in what you're going to be able to do. Because you want to be able to buy trucks and you want to be able to get these on the road for other people to rent from you. And as a business owner, the amount of money in the trucking industry is huge. So you got that. We got a lot of people that are looking to get into real estate. We got a lot of people that want to start credit repair companies and Tradeline companies. And I know how to start businesses. I've ran multiple successful companies, and I want to help you be able to do the same. So let's look at your personal credit first. If you don't care about your personal credit, take this video and just run with it and start the things that I talked about doing. If you want to start getting your personal credit so you can get the higher limits, lines of credits, and things where you can start getting business loans for $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 loans, right now, I'm telling you, you mark my words right now, there is no better time to get funding than it is right now with the lowest interest rates possible. So let's get your personal credit done. Get inside the credit game. Call me. So I'm going to show you our programs. We've got a program for every single person, regardless of cost, regardless of what's going on in your life. I will work it out with you. I want to have you as a student that you can change your life, because I want you to change your life for you and your family. Because I'm telling you, once your credit score goes up, you're going to see how much more you're going to be able to provide for your family and the things you're going to be able to do and live life of freedom. That being said, I was able to work out a deal with the vendor. You know the drill. There's one Lambo available as of right this second. I get about 1 or 2 a week that I can offer you guys, because it is a very small knit group of individuals. This is not for everybody. It's for people that are serious. They want fast results and they want to get in the game, and they're like, you know what? I'm ready to get personal credit cards. I'm ready to get business credit cards. I just showed you guys how to start up everything within 2 days. There's no excuse for anybody watching me right now not to go, I want to fix my personal credit and then open up a business or two quickly so I can start getting credit on that side as well. Not a single person will be watching this right now going, okay, what do I do? It's simple. And I want to help you. I show you inside even the course here, step by step, exactly how to build your business credit, what I just showed you today. Step by step on short little videos. Okay, that's our bachelor's program. Get in the Lambo, guys. Get in something. I don't care if you can't get in the Lambo, because there's only one. If you can't get in that, get in the Maserati. Start something. Starting something is going to help you change your life. Time starts now for the person that wants the Lambo, is one to call in. Everybody else, if you gotta crawl before you run, let's get in something and get your life changed today. My name is Mike from the Credit Game. Let's roll.